Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining. Cecilia here, and I'm all about inspiring you with art, helping you to improve your painting skills, and unlocking your creativity. Lately, the idea came to my mind to paint some birthday cards for loved ones instead of buying them. And I like to pick a theme or object that inspires them and that I know they love. So for today I wanted to share with you one that you can easily do by yourself, and I thought it would be nice to create a small and simple painting of a bird. In this case, a grey tit. I used gouache on paper, which I think is perfect for a little painting. So yeah, let's start. I already drew the shape of the bird and the different color areas. I would also search for a photo as reference in case you want a different posture and also to really study the colors. We will do 2 layers in total. The first one is for defining the colors and the second one for working out the shadows and all the details. We begin with black and paint the head, but leaving the cheek at the side blank because this part is white. And also we paint this long vertical stripe on the belly, as well as the edge right underneath the wing. The eye is black as well with a grey circle around it, and the beak we paint grey. So the upper part is a lighter grey with white right at the edge, and the lower part is darker and the slit is black. The tail feathers are grey as well. We use a mid-tone grey, and the wing we can divide into 2 sections. The lower part is grey, we use the same as before, and the upper part is sort of a greenish yellowish grey. So we add green to the grey tone and paint a little spot right underneath the head yellow. And this is a lemon yellow mixed with white and a tiny little bit of black to desaturate it. And we use the same yellow for the belly, but not for the entire one. So the upper part of the belly is the same yellow and also the stripe next to the wing. And the lower part is a shadow area, therefore we use a darker yellow. For that we mix a little bit of reddish brown to the yellow, but only a bit because it gets too dark very quickly. For the feet we mix a lighter grey and also a darker for making the shadow at the left side, like the edge. Finally, we paint the branch with a darker and lighter brown. The lower part is darker, and for the upper part of the branch we add more white and ochre. You don't need to focus on the structure yet, it is enough to just fill in the desired colors. We take care of the details afterwards. Let's continue with the second layer. We use black and paint the details of the tail feathers and then the wing. For that we paint very thin stripes that are quite close to each other, so you need a really thin brush like the size 1 or 2. Then we take a lighter grey than the basic tone of the wing and paint stripes in between the black ones we painted before, considering to ease out the edges of the black stripes. And at the very top of the wing, right at the edge of the bird itself, we use a white and paint really fine lines, and in this way we create a gradient within the wing, because the edges are more lit up than the center of the wing. For this white spot in the middle we use a light grey to paint the stripes and to soften the edges. For the upper part of the wing we pick a mid-tone grey and paint little brush strokes, and then we use black to paint sort of a free line as transition, and do that basically everywhere, like painting little hairy feathers on the vertical black stripe, neck and the head. After that we work on the belly. We take the yellowish shadow color and paint little feathers in the shadow part. First we paint the quill and then little strokes from there towards the left and right side. And we do that with the entire shadow area and overlap the feathers so that they look quite organically and realistically. Then we use the lighter yellow and soften all the edges. We paint over this harsh transition in the middle of the belly, and at the sides we create a smoother transition with the black parts like the head and the stripe, and also the top part of the wing. And you can just paint tiny strokes with yellow and then with the other color again until you like the way it looks. After working out the transitions of these color sections, we go over the head because it looks quite flat, right? So we paint with pure white a reflecting light spot in the eye, in this case in the upper half, and then we paint right above the slit of the beak a light gray line with some white spots, and we do the same for the edge of the upper half of the beak, like the shine that you can see often when you look at a beak. At the very top of the head we use a gray, kinda mid-tone gray, and paint some tiny brush strokes which make the head round. Yeah, I think that looks way more accurate. We will continue right away with the head, but let's first paint the feet. Sorry, sometimes I really jump from one thing to another when I paint because I go with whatever pops up. So we just paint with dark gray some kind of horizontal grooves, and then with a lighter gray some light spots at the right side. Now let's proceed with this white area here at the side of the head. And we pick a very light gray and paint some tiny dynamic brush strokes in a horizontal direction, like the shape of this area. And then we paint over it with white to really soften the transition of these tiny brush strokes, as well as the transition between the black and white area. And at the very top of the head we add some tiny light gray strokes to enhance the contrast even more. Last but not least, we create a nice wooden structure. For that we use a dark brown and start at the lower part of the branch. We paint irregular formed stripes upwards, and then with a light brown we do the same but moving from the top downwards in a way that both colors and strokes intertwine nicely. And this method is always good for adding structure. Just pay attention that you don't paint straight lines, but instead kind of wobbly lines in different lengths. We finish up with calligraphy here at the left side. For that I looked at some different fonts, and yeah, I use a calligraphy set and a suitable ink. But a normal pen works as well, and basically write the greetings that resonate most with you. So that's it, a short tutorial about how to paint a bird. I really hope it was helpful to you and that it inspires you to create your own little pieces of art in whatever shape or form. Let me know in the comments below if you still have questions and also what you'd like to see next. I love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you a wonderful day, and until next time!